Football's ultimate defender, making Messi run scared. Episode 121. The old coach is furious and kills. Long pass and carpet bombing. The day of shame for the team is coming. DDD. Continuous whistles sounded. The referee blew the whistle while running wildly. The whistle was almost blown away. My heart was hanging in my throat. That was a vicious foul just now. A flying tackle from behind. It went to the ankle. This is definitely the worst foul in the entire World Cup. The referee was anxious. He didn't care about anything else, and waved frantically at the fruit teeth bench on the sidelines. He signaled the team doctor to hurry up. He didn't care whether Chen Mo was injured or not. Because he saw it. He saw clearly that Yamaguchi Hataru's kick landed firmly on Chen Mo's ankle. Unless God blesses him, he may not be injured. ZW. Chen Mo is likely to be useless. Quick. The team doctor is up. Old coach Santos was trembling all over and yelled at the team doctor behind him. There was chaos on the field. Chen Mo covered his ankle with an ugly face. Although he was not injured. But the damn guy scratched me with his studs, it really hurts. It looks like he was injured. He looked extremely painful. As for Yamaguchi Hataru, he was sweating profusely from the pain. His chest hurt so much, and his ankle hurt even more. It was definitely broken. I'll kill you. Pepe rushed up viciously. He was about to kick Yamaguchi Hataru lying on the ground, killing him. But he was stopped by Cedric, who was quick-witted. No way. If Pepe went up, he would have kicked him directly. Old Pepe might have been killed too. It was a flagrant foul for others, but it was a flagrant foul for old Pepe. Let me go. Let me kill that thug. Pepe roared. Like an ancient beast. At this moment, he was already bloodthirsty. You bastard. Get up. You're still lying here pretending to be dead. You're killing people. See Ronaldo, who ran from the penalty area, couldn't control his emotions at this moment. Especially when he saw his beloved, the midfielder's big daddy, and his godfather in the world holding his ankle with a painful look on his face. See Ronaldo was like a ignited bomb. Seeing Yamaguchi Hataru lying on the grass, he rushed up and was about to pull him up. Shinji Kagawa quickly stopped Ronaldo. Other players from the small nest also ran over and explained to the referee. He didn't mean it. Just now it was a complete accident. That guy was faking a fall. But the referee was still unceremonious and showed a red card to Yamaguchi Hataru lying on the ground. Signaled him to get out. It was really just an accident. That guy was just faking, he didn't touch him at all, Osako Yuya explained eagerly. But this was heard by Mutenho. What the hell are you talking about? Mutenho was angry. He pushed him up without any hesitation. The referee quickly separated the two. Some small players tried to rush to Chen Mo, but were directly blocked by Bifi and Biseat. Get out of the way. Want to die? The two yelled at the small players. You faking guy. Stand up. Pepe rushed and rolled away. You two are looking for death. Angry roar. With a fierce momentum, he stretched out his hand to grab the collars of the two, obviously he was going to fight. Hasabi Makoto and Yoshida Maya were scared and ran away. Similarly, Fruit Teeth was also rushing towards Yamaguchi Hataru. William Carvalho. Jose Font. The two clenched their fists and wanted to kick and beat the other person. The referee tried his best to stop him. He even called the assistant referee for help. Foul. This is definitely a foul that will cripple the player. Damn it. Little Wozy. If you can't beat him, you can play dirty. Huang Jianxiang was so angry that he cursed. He Wei still took into account the live broadcast. Chen Mo was knocked to the ground by a flying tackle. The team doctor has come on the court. I hope Chen Mo doesn't have too much problem. He was also worried. That flying tackle just now could really ruin his career. I'll kill you. In the stands. The exploding Fruit Teeth fans wanted to rush off the field like crazy. They wanted to go down and kill the fouling Yamaguchi Hataru. The Fruit Teeth fans who were closer to the little Wozy expressed their dissatisfaction when they saw the referee show a red card. They were completely ignited with anger. He waved his fist and hit him hard. Suddenly, the stands were in a fight. The fans of Fruit Teeth surrounded the fans of Zayawozi and beat them into a fight. The Kawaii girls were scared and cried. But they were not in danger. They cried because they saw the handsome Chen Mo with a painful look on his face. Yamaguchi Hataru deserves to die. How could he hurt such a handsome Mo Jun? He is simply a thug, a shame. He should go to hell. Mo Jun is in pain. Woo woo woo, appearance is justice. The Kawaii girls decisively chose to stand on Chen Mo's side. They launched the most vicious curses against Yamaguchi Hataru in their cognition. Kendall, who came to support Chen Mo. At this moment, accompanied by Ronaldo's girlfriend, she looked at the court with a worried face. The tears could not stop. Ronaldo's girlfriend could only comfort her constantly. They all nervously watched Chen Mo being treated by the team doctor on the field. See, Ronaldo was extremely angry on the field. He kept expressing his anger to the referee. He even ran wildly towards the captain of the small nest. He almost fought several times, but was stopped by his teammates. Finally, the referee calmed down the anger on the field. The players of Fruit Teeth looked nervously at the team doctor to treat Chen Mo, praying that Chen Mo must be fine. But the referee was busy. He ran to the sidelines. The hot-tempered old man Santos was furious. The Fruit Teeth coaching team and the substitute players could hardly hold him back. Just now, the moment Chen Mo fell to the ground, Nishino Akira showed a triumphant smile. As a result, it was captured by the old coach Santos. All of a sudden, the old coach Santos thought of the most likely insidious. His fists clenched immediately. Then, seeing Yamaguchi Hataru being shown a red card, Nishino Akira ran to the fourth official to complain. The old coach Santos's explosive storehouse exploded. The old coach, who was blinded by anger, rushed towards Nishino Akira with his fists waving. That guy fouled because of your order. You can't beat him, so you play dirty. You can't kill my players. Today, one of you must go out lying down. Luckily, the assistant coach discovered the old coach's rage. He quickly grabbed the old coach. But he didn't expect that an old man in his 60s would be so angry. He staggered after being pulled. And he couldn't hold him back at all. He quickly called the coaching team and substitute players to help. As a result, a group of people pulled the old man. They could hardly hold him back. The old man's eyes were red. Waving his fists, he was determined to beat Nishino Akira, as if he was possessed by a tyrant. He vowed to break through the army and chop off the other's head. Nishino Akira was frightened by the old coach, and quickly hid in his coaching seat, not even making gestures to the security guards not far away. Demand the other party to protect himself. The referee hurried over and showed Santos a yellow card. But the old coach didn't care at all. He was completely furious. Mo stood up. It seems to be okay. Suddenly a substitute player said. The old coach's charge stopped abruptly, and he looked at Chen Mo, who stood up on the field with the help of the team doctor. After being sprayed with a bunch of Yunnan Baiyao, the pain dissipated and he walked a few steps on the grass. Confirmed that there is no injury. It's just that the ankle was scratched by the studs. Team doctor. All the players of Fruit Teeth breathed a sigh of relief. The players of Zayawozi who were watching also breathed a sigh of relief, and then began to think resentfully. How come it didn't hurt? Are you sure you don't want to see that guy? Chen Mo suddenly said. All the people reacted and saw Yamaguchi Tsuyoshi still lying on the grass. That guy was in so much pain that he couldn't speak. He was left lying there, and no one even cared about his teammates. Only Yoshida Maya ran over and said something. The red card has been decided. There is no way to change it. Don't lie here and continue to pretend. The referee has no sympathy. When hearing this, Yamaguchi Hataru was desperate. Chen Mo stood up. Hard injury. No ankle injury. It seems that the flying tackle didn't hit the ankle. Thank God. Everyone breathed a sigh of relief. But at this moment, Huang Jinxiang was surprised and said, the team doctor of the One national team has come on the field. Yamaguchi Hataru hasn't stood up yet, he must be injured. At this time, the big screen played back the previous scene. Yamaguchi Hataru's shoe spike scraped Chen Mo's ankle, and then he hit Chen Mo. Caused Chen Mo to lose his body's center of gravity and fell heavily on him, especially the knee of the supporting foot, which hit heavily on Yamaguchi Hataru's ankle. Seeing this scene, Huang Jinxiang couldn't help laughing out loud. What does it mean that those who do evil will perish by themselves? What does it mean to ask for trouble? What does it mean to foul and get injured? It's what you deserve. It's what you deserve. God has eyes. I laughed at it. Fortunately, it's not bad. Chen Mo was not injured. As for that little wozy, it was purely what he deserved, taking someone from behind. Chen Mo lost his center of gravity and fell on him, which was also an inevitable accident. That's right. That's right. Chen Mo is innocent. Even if it was intentional, it is absolutely innocent. Don't bullshit. He was tackled from behind, and he was not prepared in advance. He was thankful that he was not injured. How could he take revenge maliciously? This is called God can't stand it. Send Xiaowozi a red card and get injured and get out. Lose the game and lose face. Even in the Dragon Country Kung Fu football, there is no insidious foul behind the scenes, they are all kicked in the face, and the main focus is on being open and above board. Xiaowozi is like that. They like to play dirty tricks behind the scenes. Yamaguchi Hataru was carried off the field. At the same time, he was also sent off with a red card, but Chen Mo was not hurt at all. This made Nishino Akira's face extremely gloomy. Stealing a chicken but losing the rice. Waste. He cursed Yamaguchi Hataru in his heart. But at this moment, the calm old coach began to make substitutions. He replaced Ronaldo with Gonzalo Gages and Chen Mo with Andre Silva. Gelson Martins replaced Moutinho. 3 people were replaced in one go. The old coach had a gloomy face and gave instructions to the 3 players on the field. Tell William Carvalho to play as a single defensive midfielder and sweep Milton Fee to the attacking midfielder position. Let Pepe and Jose Font take the lead and help William Carvalho sweep. Gelson Martins, you go to the side with Silva, tell Guerrero and Cedric to press forward, all 4 wings will fly together. Play a long pass. Gonzalo Gages, Andre Silva, you 2 should press into their penalty area. Use your heads to smash the ball into their goal. Do you understand? Don't care about the score. As long as the game is not over, keep smashing it. Old coach Santos ordered fiercely. He didn't intend to use this trick to bully people. 4 wings flying together and 2 centers. Long pass rush. Sky City, carpet bombing the opponent's penalty area. Bullying the opponent's small size. And intend to save some face for the opponent. But now, the old man said that you are not moral and play dirty, so the old man will kill you. Our old Santos never bears grudges. Because if I have a grudge, I must get it back on the spot. I can't accept waiting for 10 minutes. Chen Mo and others left the field. Old coach Santos was the first to reach Chen Mo. Are you really okay? This is not a joke. Go back to the locker room and let the team doctor conduct further examination. Just finished speaking. The old coach felt unsafe, waved his hand quickly, and said to Ronaldo, take some time to help. Let's go to the hospital with the team doctor. A comprehensive check. See if there are any injuries that we haven't found. Chen Mo naturally knew that he was not injured. But just as he was about to refute, he agreed. It is indeed better to go to the hospital for a checkup, so that everyone can rest assured. That's it. Accompanied by the team doctor, he took Chen Mo directly to the hospital. A large number of media captured this scene. And the game was still going on. It became a naked revenge under the order of the old coach Santos. Xiaowozi was originally small. The old coach also ordered a long pass. 4 wings flew together. Central dispatch. Passed the ball desperately towards the goal. The football was like a bomb thrown down, and it was a crazy carpet bombing towards the goal. Even Pepe couldn't help but rush into the penalty area. He scored a goal with a header. A whistle sounded. The referee blew the whistle to end the game. The numb players of Wozi knelt on the ground one after another, of Zhao. The tears could not be controlled. Nishino Akira stood at the edge of the coaching area like a wooden chicken, his whole body numb from head to toe. He was completely numb from the kick. The game is over. The game should have ended with Fruit Teeth calling the shots, but because of a malicious foul, it became what it is now. 13-0. The most tragic bloodbath in the history of the World Cup. Refreshed the largest score difference in the history of the World Cup. The Uruguay team has ended its World Cup journey. They were bombarded by Fruit Teeth with high altitude and long passes, and they were completely and forever on the pillar of shame of the World Cup. Old coach Santos refused to shake hands with the Uruguay coaching team. He left the court in a rage. Just now I believed it. Chen Mo went directly to the hospital accompanied by Ronaldo and the team doctor. Currently it is still unknown whether Mo was injured or not, but judging from the state of walking away, even if he was injured, it was not a big problem. I hope he is not injured. There was a cry of grief in Wagwa. Especially the two people who participated in the live commentary, Nakata Hideyoshi and Nakayama Masashi, were completely broken by the final score. They were all laughed out loud. In Nagase's words, "That's crazy." The two were kicked to the point of losing their minds, and their mental state was definitely wrong. At the post-match press conference, old coach Santos walked into the venue in a rage. "This is a crime. We will never be a fruit tooth, it won't be over." The current condition of Mo is still unclear, and his career was almost ruined. Soccer cannot allow such atrocities to happen. I will appeal. Appeal to the World Cup organizers, appeal to FIFA. If the one national team plays like this, then they should not participate in the sport of football. It's not over yet. I'm not in the mood to answer any questions. I'm going to the hospital now to see Mo's examination results. If Mo is injured and the match against the Samba team is played, the one national player Sean will be the sinner of fruit teeth. Episode 122. Old Sang-tu plays infernal affairs, first tricking Samba. Want to avenge Messi? I'm very sorry for the result of this game. But I've tried my best. Facing a strong opponent, we tried our best, but... Akira Nishino appeared at the post-match press conference with a sad face. He started to apologize sadly. He was in tears. He knew. Not only did he lose his position as head coach, but his coaching career was also completely kicked away by the old man. But his crying and tears did not seem to be accepted by the reporters at the scene. Waste. Get out. Incompetent. You have created a historical shame for the one national team. The reporters did not ask any questions. They cursed and yelled at Akira Nishino. There were even more angry reporters who directly pointed their microphones at Akira Nishino. The one national team was ruined by you. Foul. These are the players you coach. Shame on you. In the end, Akira Nishino was protected by the security personnel at the scene and left the scene. The reporter from Zayawozi, who was so angry about losing, even wanted to start over and attack Nishino Akira. No one cares if he attacks. But this is the territory of the Russian bear. You can't be beaten here. A dramatic game ended. Zayawozi's World Cup journey ended. The old coach Santos engraved the shame on his spine, and then he left and returned home in disgrace. Everything is over. Less than 20 minutes after the game ended, Nishino Akira rushed to the top of the hot search on the Wagwa network media. Nishino Akira committed suicide by seppuku. I guess this guy will definitely be in trouble when he returns. But the Fruit Tooth team, after winning the game, there was not much joy of winning. Instead, they followed Santos to the hospital in a hurry. They were eager to know whether Chen Mo's physical condition was really injured. No one is stupid. The reason why the team was able to advance to the quarterfinals easily. Among them, Chen Mo's role is very important. The cliff-like lead in the assists list is proof of this. The group arrived at the hospital. In the ward, Chen Mo was eating an apple. Kendall was beside him, bringing him water. C. Ronaldo and his girlfriend were also there. The four of them were chatting leisurely. Seeing the old coach Santos come in, they all focused their attention on him. How is the situation? Are you injured? Santos' heart was hanging in his throat, and he asked nervously. Praying in his heart. God. I am willing to sacrifice all the life of that guy Nishino Akira in this life and the next life. In exchange for me to hear good news. Mo is not injured. 033 It's okay. C. Ronaldo said with a smile. After a comprehensive examination, there is no injury to the ankle, just a little skin injury from the shoe spikes. According to the doctor, if you come later, tomorrow morning, it may have healed completely. At the end, C. Ronaldo even deliberately made a joke. Santos often breathed a sigh of relief. God appeared. As for the lifespan of Nishino Akira? Who cares? Now that he is gone, the old coach doesn't care at all. As long as his baby is there, nothing matters. As long as Chen Mo is not injured, he dares to compete with the king of the Samba team in the game against the Samba team. Otherwise, the defense will be unstable and it will be very difficult. Didn't stay in the hospital for long. A group of people left the hospital one after another. Old coach Santos also deliberately pulled Chen Mo. Got a wheelchair. Go in a wheelchair. Old man, I want to play with that old thing Samba. Said. Old Santos let Chen Mo sit in the wheelchair. Signaled Ronaldo to push Chen Mo away. Because Chen Mo came to the hospital, a large number of media had gathered outside. All waiting to see Chen Mo's final situation. Was he really affected by the injury? Chen Mo was sitting in a wheelchair, pushed out by Ronaldo with a serious face, followed by Kendall Jenner with an equally serious face. Old coach Santos was even more serious. Immediately, they all raised their cameras. Click. The flash illuminated the dim hospital gate. It almost blinded Chen Mo's eyes. The reporters took photos crazily. Some people even wanted to go up for an interview. But they were all stopped by the old coach Santos. He just saw Ronaldo's mouth corners raised. I know that Master Ling can't hold it back. Let them accept the interview and they will be exposed. So let them go back to the car and face all the reporters. Mr. Santos, is Chen Mo's injury serious? Mr. Santos, can Chen Mo still play against the Samba team? Is Chen Mo unable to continue to participate in this World Cup? The reporter almost put the microphone in the old coach's mouth. All kinds of questions were thrown out. CHFJ, most of them were about Chen Mo's injury, asking about the specific situation and whether Chen Mo could continue to participate in the next World Cup. Because of the malicious flying tackle of the Wagwa team, Chen Mo's ankle was injured, and the current injury status has not been made public. We will try our best to give Zhu Mo time to rest. As for the match against the Samba team. Speaking of this, a natural sense of loss appeared on the face of the old coach Santos, and then he suddenly reacted and quickly restrained his expression. Superb acting skills. It looks like he is pessimistic, but suddenly thinks of facing the media, and quickly puts away his expression. We still need to observe. But everything is uncertain. We will not force the player to play because of the game, regardless of his injury. Mo is only 18 years old. He is still very young. We will not ruin his future because of the present. He still has a chance to participate in the World Cup. As soon as these words came out, the reporters got excited. It's obvious. They read different meanings from it. Especially when they saw the loss on the face of the old coach Santos before. The answer was immediately confirmed in their hearts. Chen Mo's injury is very serious. His World Cup is over. Mr. Santos just got the news that Yamaguchi Hataru has broken ribs, serious ankle injuries, and ligaments torn, which is almost equivalent to his career being written off. We suspect that Chen Mo maliciously retaliated against him when he fell down. Suddenly a discordant voice broke in. Santos looked in the direction of the voice and saw the reporter from Wagwa. He was indignant at him. Yamaguchi Hataru is finished. He needs surgery to treat it. The doctor confirmed that even if he recovers from the injury, he will not be able to continue playing football. This means that his career is over. So the Wagwa reporter was very angry and felt that Chen Mo was maliciously retaliating against Yamaguchi Hataru when he fell, and ran over to question Santos. What did you say? Malice? He was right to shovel from behind? He almost ruined Mo's career, and you still dare to come here to question me. You are the thugs, and Chen Mo is the criminal. I will never let that guy go. I must appeal and completely ban him from any football work. Old coach Santos was furious. It seemed that he almost hit someone, and was finally pulled back by the accompanying staff of the Fruit Tooth coaching team. The interview is over. But the reporters captured very important information. That is, Chen Mo's injury is very serious and he will not be able to continue to participate in this World Cup. The old coach's words. A fleeting expression. And the rage after being questioned by the Wagwa reporter, as if he was already very angry because Chen Mo was injured, but now he was blamed in the opposite way, completely erupting like a volcano. Big news. Absolutely big news. Assisting the king of 9-5. Mo's new Guinness World Record. See Ronaldo almost locked the golden boot in advance. Fruit Teeth advances to the quarterfinals. Fruit Teeth bloodbaths Wagwa, creating the largest score difference in World Cup history. Wagwa players commit malicious fouls and flying tackles. Chen Mo is injured and misses the next game. The old coach is rage. He said he will appeal. See Ronaldo pushes Chen Mo in a wheelchair out of the hospital. The old coach is very pessimistic. Chen Mo can't appear in the Samba team. This World Cup is about to be launched, and Fruit Teeth has reached the end of the quarterfinals. Fruit Teeth's main midfielder is injured. The Samba team is likely to advance to the semifinals easily. All kinds of news are floating around, especially under the deliberate acting of the old coach Santos. Everyone believed that Chen Mo was injured and could not play against the Samba team, and was forced to withdraw from this World Cup. The powerful reporter even found the doctor who examined Chen Mo and interviewed him. The doctor was very honest. He said that Chen Mo was fine. Except for a little scratch on the surface, the whole person was very healthy. But sometimes it is like this. Tell the truth. Others just don't believe it. The reporter thought the doctor was lying, saying that the doctor was under the PR of the Fruit Teeth team. He was deliberately asked to say that Chen Mo was not injured. In fact, it was to confuse the Samba team. This statement was unanimously recognized by everyone, even the fans of Fruit Teeth themselves thought so. Mo. What's the matter with your injury? I'm going to fly to the Tsarist plane. Mendes' phone call was on Chen Mo's mobile phone. He was very anxious. I'm not injured. Chen Mo immediately told him the truth, that was all the old Sanctu's plan. He was playing a game of infernal affairs with the Samba team. Really? Mendes was a little unconvinced. That damn guy, he shoveled from behind you, he really wasn't injured? Could it be that the medical level of the Tsarist Empire was too poor and didn't find it? Chen Mo was helpless. Don't worry. The medical team my parents prepared for me also checked me. See, Ronaldo's private medical team also checked me. I'm getting better now. The super recovery ability brought by the body of the demon boy. There is no need to use the injury recovery card at all. The scratch on the skin of the foot was healed the next morning. It's good that you are not injured. Don't worry. The guy who shoveled you, he is definitely finished. Mendes said viciously, and then hung up the phone. In the hotel room, Chen Mo threw the phone on the bed. He raised his hand and grabbed a card, thought for a moment, 7 cakes. Fit. Ronaldo immediately spoke, took the 7 cakes, and played a card, 3 of a kind. A group of men stayed in the hotel. Old coach Santos did not allow the players to leave the hotel outside of training and games. He was not allowed to stay overnight with the wives. So everyone was very bored. At first, it was just playing cards. But after Chen Mo asked his assistant to get a set of mahjong in Chinatown, this became the most popular game for the entire Fruit Teeth team. 4 people playing cards. A group of people gathered around to watch. Yaoji. Pepe played a card and said, "The quarterfinals are all ready." I really didn't expect that Bielsa was eliminated. The world's number 1 was eliminated by the host. They didn't even play overtime, and they were forced to draw 3-0. All the round of 16 matches are over. Bielsa, the world's number 1, is the Bielsa with the biggest voice to win the World Cup. It didn't make it to the quarterfinals, but was sent home by the host country, the Tsarist Empire, in the round of 16. But it shocked the whole world. At the same time, Bielsa's internal strife was also completely exposed. De Bruyne announced his withdrawal from the Bielsa team. Mertens publicly blasted Lukaku to the media and expressed his dissatisfaction with Lukaku, especially in the exposed details. There are very big problems inside Bielsa. In the locker room, because of Courtois, he said a few words, which caused De Bruyne to be furious. The 2 men started fighting and had a physical conflict, and were finally stopped by other teammates. Kompany, the captain, was sidelined and no one listened to him. He couldn't do it alone. In the end, the game was affected and they were eliminated in the round of 16. The internal strife was so lively. I just don't know who was beaten by whom, De Bruyne or Courtois. This is a conflict called the hat-trick battle by the media. Beefy is watching the fun and is not afraid of trouble. Very curious about the result of the hat-trick battle. It is probably De Bruyne. Don't be fooled by the media. De Bruyne is not as harmless and honest as he looks. He has a bad temper. In the club, sometimes he even dares to quarrel with Guardiola. He is a world-famous coach. I'm going to die. BC seemed to recall the quarrel between the 2 in the Manchester City locker room, and suddenly he was smart. That's normal. If you have the ability to argue with the head coach, he won't be angry, but will listen to your opinion. But if you don't have the ability and still argue with the head coach, rest assured that the best result is that you will be sent away by the head coach. Like Guardiola, there is a high probability that he will be demoted to the reserve team, leaving you without a ball for half a season, so that you can remember it well. Chen Mo is not exaggerating. Because soon in the new season, Sane will kick the ball with Guardiola and be thrown into the reserve team by Guardiola. Except for a full half of the season, in the end, Bayern came forward and was willing to introduce him, so Sane was able to transfer away, otherwise he would probably not be able to play for a season. Mo. Samba's Neymar posted a message about you on the internet. William Carvalho suddenly raised his mobile phone and said, "What did you post?" Ronaldo asked curiously. Nei Xiao said it was a pity that Mo was injured, otherwise he would have wanted to personally pass Mo in the next game and avenge his good friend Messi. Finally, he also said that Mo would wait for him in the new season of the Champions League. William Carvalho repeated Nei Xiao's post. AAA. The hotel room suddenly burst into laughter. The old coach's arrangement was successful. It seems that the Samba team really thinks that Mo is injured. I guess there should be no arrangement against Mo. A group of people laughed at once. The quarterfinals began. Before the pre-match press conference, the old coach Santos got the Samba team's starting lineup, and the smile on his face couldn't be controlled. His infernal affairs was successful. Samba's head coach Tite was severely tricked by him. There was no arrangement against Chen Mo at all. At the same time, Tite, who was preparing for the pre-match press conference, was drinking coffee with a smile at this moment. Everything is under control. But at this moment, his assistant coach hurried in. "Boss. The starting lineup for Fruity Teeth is out, and Mo is also on the starting lineup." Duh. Tite spit out a mouthful of coffee. What? Isn't Mo injured? Can't he participate in this World Cup? The assistant coach looked grim. Maybe we were deceived. Santos wants us to believe that Mo is injured and not make targeted tactical arrangements for Mo. Tite smashed the coffee on the table. The old man is playing infernal affairs with me to plot against me. Episode 123, full of gunpowder. Coutinho is heartbroken. Traders are not qualified to win everything. In the evening. 6 o'clock. Kazan Arena. Fans wearing red Fruit Teeth jerseys and yellow Samba jerseys formed a red and yellow army. Entered the arena in a mighty manner. They were singing their own national anthem. It was a great momentum. Some local Bear fans also entered the arena. Most of them were long-legged girls with hot bodies, fair skin and beautiful looks. They all came to cheer for Chen Mo. So far in this World Cup, there are two people who are the most dazzling. A Gaulish Mbappe. He used his impact on the wing to tell the world the speed of the Gaul supercar. The ultimate speed. The super winger shown the whole world. According to the original script, this World Cup is Mbappe's road to take off. He will embark on the position of the first person after Messi and Ronaldo. Launch an attack on the new generation of leaders. But now, Chen Mo, the hanger-on, suddenly joined. Most of the exposure and attention that should have belonged to him were attracted by Chen Mo. The world's top appearance. Top football skills. Terrifying assist ability that has locked in the assist king of this World Cup. The most dazzling stealing ability in all games. Violent and exciting shots. Single-handedly led to the elimination of the bullfighting national team, punching Persia and kicking Moryuoj. Single-handedly sent the seemingly weak lineup of Fruit Teeth into the top 16 of the World Cup. Even in the match against the WA national team. Created a new Guinness World Record, assisting the Supreme 9-5. Assisted 6 players in a single game, breaking the single-game assist record in the history of the World Cup. Even helped Ronaldo break the single-game individual goal record in the World Cup. If the previous World Cup, Ronaldo appeared. Stunned the whole summer. Then this World Cup. Mbappe stunned the summer. But what about Chen Mo? He shocked the whole world and ignited the passion of the whole summer. No one is more concerned than Chen Mo. No one can gain more fans than Chen Mo in this World Cup. Many people have become fans of Fruit Teeth and Chen Mo because of Chen Mo. As for fans, girls from all over the world, no matter how good Chen Mo is at playing, as long as Chen Mo's appearance is shown, countless beauties instantly become fans. For example, the Mao girls who came to watch the game today. Now Chen Mo has completely become the dream lover and national husband of the Mao girls in the Tsarist Empire. Many famous Tsarist stars have expressed their love for Chen Mo on social platforms. There is even the famous Tsarist actress who played Catherine the Great. When she was interviewed by the media, she publicly stated that she was willing to invite Chen Mo to visit her bedroom. Not to mention 6 hours, 16 hours is fine. She can totally accept it. Visit at will. But it made a group of czarist men so angry. Pre-match press conference. Reporters rushed in. According to the rules of the World Cup, before the pre-match press conference, both sides must announce the starting list of the game. The reporters who were pessimistic about Fruit Teeth had no interest in this match. But who knew? When they saw the starting lineup of Fruit Teeth, Chen Mo was on the list. At that moment, everyone was dumbfounded. Especially those media who had vowed before that Chen Mo would definitely not participate in this match and would withdraw from the World Cup due to injury. At this moment, they all felt like they had been fighting against eagles for years, but were pecked in the eye by the eagle. The old coach Santos fooled them all. It was obvious that he wanted to use them to release false information to the Samba team and interfere with the tactical arrangement of the Samba team. The insidious old man succeeded. He played the old man Samba around. The Samba team deployed a purely offensive formation. Single defensive midfielder. Double wingbacks. It was obvious that they thought Chen Mo would not participate in the game, and the defensive ability of Fruit Teeth was greatly weakened. So they had to attack fiercely. Tear up the defensive Fruit Teeth. And because they thought Chen Mo would not play in the game, the offensive ability of Fruit Teeth would also be greatly reduced. The threat would not be too great. They actually deployed a single defensive midfielder. Look at the previous game of Fruit Teeth. Who would not deploy a double defensive midfielder against Fruit Teeth with Chen Mo and Ronaldo? The bullfighting national team did not dare to deploy a single defensive midfielder. They were definitely tricked to death. Tight, the old man, was completely ruined by the old man saying. A group of reporters were ready to go. They had already arrived at the press conference. The old man Sang played the infernal affairs and tricked the old man Tight. Tight is also a hot-tempered person. The old man Sang is also a hot-tempered person. The two held a press conference before the game, and they might have to fight. There will definitely be big news. So they ran over impatiently. Everything was exactly as they expected. Samba coach and Copa America champion Coach Tight walked into the press conference with a gloomy face, and the expression on his face was as if he wanted to eat someone. He was already on the verge of being fooled and angry. Following closely, Old Samba, the European Cup champion coach, came in with a smile on his face. Seeing his smiling face, anyone can guess how happy the old man is when he sees Tight's single defensive midfielder and two wingbacks. He's laughing like crazy. Such a top-heavy, offensive-focused, and defensively weak formation, kicking them? That's just like courting death. 09. Just after sitting down, Old Sang too heard Tight's angry snort. He turned his head slightly and glanced at him, with a little more displeasure on his face. What do you mean? Who the hell are you slapping at? The court is like a battlefield, do you know that? All is fair in war, don't you know? You were so stupid to believe my fake news, and you come to blame me, do you still have any shame? We are all famous coaches. Can you be more graceful? The moment the two men's eyes met, it was full of gunpowder. The reporters started taking pictures crazily, and they prayed in their hearts that the two men would fight. Copa America champion the military coach, the European Cup champion coach, and the boxing match between two 60-year-old men will definitely ignite the world. Football should be pure. But some people like to use insidious tricks to insult the purity of football. Thinking that they can use deception to exchange for a victory, the lowly can win the promotion. Before the reporters asked, the old coach Tight started to bombard directly. There is no way. If he doesn't release the breath in his heart, Tight will feel uncomfortable all over. The eyes of the reporters are cold. The excited hands are shaking. Fire directly. It has to be an old man. The head coach of this World Cup is not very popular. Those young middle-aged head coaches are more insidious than each other, and they are all smiling on the surface. No news at all. On the other hand, these old men are the real hot ones. If you don't agree, just fight. Fire as soon as you come up. The main point is that I am old, who am I afraid of? I know you all want to ask me about Chen Mo's question. But I don't want to answer. I don't want to comment on those. I just want to say, the rats in the gutter, even if they use all the tricks, can't defeat the lions. Even if the powerful Samba army is plotted, our strength can still crush the opponent. Football is about strength, and strength is respected here. The strong will not become weak just because of calculations. Even if the weak use calculations, they will still be crushed by the strong. Hard. Old Sangtu's fists are hard. He didn't mention him at all. But he mentioned him in every sentence, and he was pointing fingers and cursing at him from beginning to end. Old Sangtu's expression gradually became serious. But in order to show his demeanor as a famous coach, he did not interrupt the other party. He resisted the swear words that he was about to spit out. Wait until Tite finished speaking. He spoke. Still did not give the reporter a chance to ask questions. Regarding Mo's injury, I have not confirmed that he can't play in this game. I just said that we need to observe and decide. After observation, we are sure that Mo can play, so he appeared in the starting list. As for the so-called calculation. Fake news? Sorry, I didn't do it at all. For these rumors, I can only answer with one sentence. People with a heart think everything is dirty. Obviously everything is normal, but in the eyes of people with a heart, it becomes a conspiracy. The rat in the gutter has not seen the sun for too long, and likes to use dark psychological speculations on everyone. Red eyes. Tite's eyes are red. The old man is desperately breathing with big mouthfuls to stabilize his emotions. Trying hard not to explode. But the old man is still spraying wildly. I agree with Mr. Tite. Strong people are always strong. But weak people can't become extremely strong just by bragging. Just like their old rivals. Defending champion. The tank country, which once defeated Samba head-on, was eliminated early in the group stage. Old rival tank country? As soon as these words came out, everyone reacted immediately. This is old Samba using the tank country's 7-goal bloodbath of Samba to respond to Tite's words that Samba is strong. That is Samba's eternal pain and eternal shame. They are the champions of this World Cup. I came to the World Cup with the intention of revenge. What happened? The tank country went home in the group stage, and they didn't give me a chance for revenge. A loud bang. Tite slapped the table. What do you mean? Rat in the gutter. How dare you mock the powerful Samba? Tit. Another loud bang. Old Samba also slapped the table. Slap the table? Who are you slapping the table for? I've lived for so many years, and no one dares to slap the table for me. Who are you? Heart. Who are you scolding? The scene was chaotic for a while. The two hot-tempered champion coaches almost had a free fight. Fortunately, the staff on the scene were helpful. When the two men clenched their fists and were about to fight, they rushed up quickly. They were forcibly dragged away. The pre-match press conference ended in a hurry. Both old men rushed back to their own locker rooms. They were hot-tempered. They both felt humiliated by each other. Anger filled their bodies. When they entered the door, they all chose to kick the door. 2 consecutive kicks. The big men in charge of maintaining law and order were scared. They looked at each other in shock. Damn it. They say that we are tough and have bad tempers. But these 2 old men are much tougher than us. Kill Samba. That old guy just humiliated me at the pre-match press conference. Humiliate you? He said we are rats in the gutter. He was so shameless that he said the Samba team would crush us. I don't care. We must give them a bitter taste in this game. We can fall. But we must not fall in this game. The tank country, which was eliminated in the group stage, can kick 7 of them. Why can't we, who are in the quarterfinals, kick 7 of them? Take this game as the last game, and play our last dance of the World Cup. Just do it. Tear up Samba for me, send them home, and let them go home and dance. The furious old Samba yelled at everyone, punching passionately. Finally, he kicked over the tactical board. Victory. Kick fruit teeth as tank country. That old bastard plotted against us, but we are not afraid. The powerful Samba group can eat fruit teeth like eating fruit. Use your hatred for tank country to avenge, and take all the revenge on tank country and hit fruit teeth. Kill them. Long live the 5-star Samba. The old man Tite flipped the table and yelled with a red face. Slaughter them with goals. Player channel. Led by their captains, the players from both teams lined up to complete the game. The players from both teams stared at each other fiercely. Suddenly, Neymar walked out of the Samba team and walked towards Chen Mo on the fruit teeth side. The atmosphere suddenly became more tense. Before, Neymar had said something to Chen Mo in the media, and everyone knew it. Pepe behind Chen Mo was ready to take action at any time. It's great that you can play. Then you don't have to wait until the Champions League. I will kick my good friend Messi to avenge you. Wait for me to kick you. Neymar was very arrogant. But Chen Mo looked relaxed and shrugged indifferently. Many people want to pass me. But no one succeeded, just like my captain. You can ask him in advance what it feels like to be completely restricted by me. Be mentally prepared in advance, don't go back and break the defense in the game. Chen Mo can swear. He definitely meant it well. Neymar was the last samba dancer. He really didn't want to be kicked through the defense by the opponent and make this last samba dancer lose his magic. Humph. Just wait and see. Obviously. His kindness was taken for granted. This guy didn't take it seriously at all. See, Ronaldo looked at him with resentment. Why not mention someone else? He had to mention him. Thinking about the Champions League final, being restricted to death by Chen Mo, the feeling of breaking defense, Ronaldo really felt uncomfortable. 11. Chen Mo is his teammate now. This comforted him a little more. What are you looking at? Just at this moment, Pepe behind Chen Mo shouted angrily in the direction of the Samba team. He glared at Coutinho fiercely. Coutinho didn't care about Pepe at all, his eyes were always fixed on Chen Mo. Chen Mo also noticed him. I suddenly felt like the current partner facing the X. I will prove who is the best number 10 in Liverpool, he said fiercely. After this guy left Liverpool, Chen Mo took over as the team's new number 10 and performed very well. He even led the team to win the Champions League. You should know that the reason why he transferred to Barcelona was because of a falling out with Liverpool. It's not just a dream of Barcelona. He just wants to win the championship, the league championship, and the Champions League. He even expressed it directly and publicly. If Liverpool can't win the league championship, don't even think about winning the Champions League in your life. So I want to leave. I want to go to a club that can win the Champions League. The result? Just half a season after leaving, Liverpool won the Champions League trophy that he dreamed of and pursued in Barcelona. Therefore, this guy was also chased and ridiculed by Liverpool fans on the internet. Carragher, the famous player, even said that Coutinho is not even as good as Chen Mo's toes. We have to thank him for leaving, otherwise we can't welcome Chen Mo, and we can only let Coutinho drag the team down and never think about winning the championship. Coutinho has been unable to win the championship by Liverpool, which is the label of being dragged down by him. The grudge between the two is not small. Chen Mo sneered and directly hit the other party. Traitors are not qualified to win everything. So you left Liverpool and we won the Champions League. We have to thank you very much. Without you dragging down the team, the championship came. Episode 124, Rainbow Pass? There can only be one rainbow here, and that is Chen Mo's rainbow. TV1. 1 inch, TV1. This is TV1 Sports Channel. The upcoming match is the World Cup quarterfinals, Fruit Teeth vs. 5-Star Samba. This match has brought a huge amount of discussion. Chen Mo, who was previously rumored to be unable to participate in this match, appeared in the list of Fruit Teeth. At the pre-match press conference, the two head coaches were full of gunpowder and there was a big conflict. At the same time, before the game, Neymar said on social media that he would avenge Messi Chen Mo. Finally, there is a dispute between the two Liverpool number 10s, and Liverpool fans are more supportive of silence. There are even provocative remarks against Coutinho on the internet. It can be said that this game is full of gunpowder. It has attracted the attention of the whole world. Players from both sides enter the field. First of all, as usual, let me introduce to you the starting lineups of both sides in this match. Fruit Teeth has set up a retro 43-21 Christmas tree formation. Goalkeeper, Patricio. Defenders, Cedric, Pepe, Jose Font, Guerrero. Midfield, Chen Mo, William Carvalho, Moutinho. Attacking midfielder, B. Silva, B. Fee. Center forward, C. Ronaldo. 5-Star Samba is in a 433 formation. Goalkeeper, Alisson. Defenders, Fatana, Thiago Silva, Miranda, Cerro. Midfielders, Paulinho, Fernandinho, Coutinho. Forwards, William, Jesus, Neymar. Casemiro is banned for this game because he received yellow cards in 2 consecutive games. Firmino. Chen Mo's teammate in Liverpool did not start the game, but was put on the bench. Also on the bench are Augusto, Felipe, Douglas, Marquinhos, and other strong players. From this, everyone can see the strength of the five-star Samba lineup. 04 Masters. The players from both sides slowly walked into the stadium. At this time, in the stands, suddenly, a tifo was slowly unfolded. That was Chen Mo wearing a Liverpool jersey, wearing the number 10 and a crown, and stepping on a person wearing the number 7 Barcelona jersey. This was a Liverpool fan from England who came to support Chen Mo, an absolute demonstration against Coutinho. Coutinho's face was black. He wore the number 7 in Barcelona. Liverpool fans were shooting at him. There was no affection left. There was no respect for him, who had made contributions to Liverpool. Of course, this was all Coutinho's inner anger. Ever since he went on strike and demanded a transfer, and publicly criticized Liverpool. He had completely torn his face with Liverpool. How could he still get respect from Liverpool fans? The referee blew the whistle. The game started with the cheers of fans from both sides. First, the Samba team had the ball. Five-star Samba did not try anything. The attack started immediately. Rapid ground advancement. Like mercury pouring out of the ground. Jesus passed the ball back. Then he quickly started to sprint forward. Five-star Samba's attack began, and the five-star Samba with excellent footwork. The precise pass penetrated the front court of Fruit Teeth in the first time. He took the lead in making a move on the wing of Fruit Teeth. Nei Xiao and Coutinho behind him quickly passed and cut. The two kept leaving tails, making B spin around. Finally, Nei Xiao dribbled past the opponent. Here it comes. Nei Xiao dribbled past B, Chen Mo filled in the wing. The first direct confrontation between the Samba King and the King of Steels. I didn't expect that the game had just started, and the ball and the most popular Ilu were the first to come. Was Nei Xiao's elf-like dribbling the first, or was Chen Mo, the King of Steels, more reliable? Can Nei Xiao break through the wall of size that the two peerless heroes could not break through head-on? Let's wait and see. Coutinho quickly moved forward. Prepare to support Nei Xiao at any time. But Cedric quickly followed. This resulted in Nei Xiao having to fight Chen Mo one-on-one. Nei Xiao had a smile on his face. He began to speed up his pace, constantly touching the ball forward, and his fake moves were extremely realistic. The football is like a part of his body. He can drive it at will. Compared with Messi, Ronaldo and Neymar have a better sense of the ball. Neymar is more agile than a Samba player. His skills are even stronger. His fake moves with the ball are like those of a nimble dancer. He quickly threw out a bull's tail and then started to accelerate. The first attempt. He chose to use the bull's tail to force a breakthrough. The speed is very fast. The movements are very coherent and very confusing. But Chen Mo was not fooled at all. At the moment when Neymar's right foot threw out the bull's tail to his left side, he quickly shifted his center of gravity to his left foot. But he did not move to the left. The football was thrown out. Like a thrown bull's tail, it suddenly rolled to the right. Chen Mo suddenly kicked the ground with his left foot. The fierce explosive power burst out at this moment. Accelerate quickly to the right. There is no space for Neymar to accelerate and break through from his right side. A complete block. Nei Xiao quickly raised his foot to control the ball. The first attempt. The forced breakthrough was not successful. But Nei Xiao was obviously not discouraged. He quickly controlled the ball and adjusted it, and once again made a breakthrough. Everyone stared at everyone in this duel, thinking that Nei Xiao would choose to force a breakthrough. Nei Xiao suddenly stabilized his body. The center of gravity of the body moved forward. He stared at Chen Mo. He quickly clamped the ball with his heels, jumped up suddenly, and lifted his legs backward. He picked the ball from behind into the air. Rainbow pass. He Wei shouted excitedly. Naishao's signature move, the rainbow pass. The situation on the field suddenly changed. Sudden rainbow pass. Plus the confusion of forced breakthrough before. It was impossible to react. The fans of Fruity Teeth sighed heavily at this moment. The moment of rainbow pass. They thought Chen Mo's defense failed. The football was lifted into the air. At this critical moment, Chen Mo in front of Naishao suddenly started to move. He kicked the ground with both feet. The powerful explosive power, coupled with top-level jumping ability, let him jump on the spot instantly. The whole person jumped directly into the air. Rainbow pass? How could Chen Mo not know? Xiao's ball control ability is too strong, and the rhythm is too coherent, there is no chance to steal directly. Forced steal will result in a foul. So Chen Mo is like a calm old hunter, always waiting for an opportunity. Rainbow pass is an opportunity. When Xiao suddenly broke through and paused quickly, Chen Mo had already predicted his rainbow pass. The moment he lifted the ball into the air, Chen Mo also quickly started to move. The ball drew a beautiful arc in the air. Like a gorgeous rainbow. Elegant and beautiful. But just after this, an obstacle appeared. Chen Mo jumped high and cut off the rainbow with a headbutt. The ball quickly fell to the grass. The moment Chen Mo landed on the grass, he quickly moved forward and blocked the position with his body. He blocked Xiao, who was surprised by the interruption of his rainbow pass and acted half a beat slower, behind him. Negative emotion value from Xiao, plus 936. Intercept. Beautiful. Chen Mo's reaction speed is very fast. He jumped high in the air and cut off the football. A headbutt smashed the rainbow to pieces. When Xiao made the rainbow pass, Chen Mo should have made a judgment. He jumped at the first time. The wall of size is well deserved. The first head-on confrontation between Xiao and Chen Mo, Xiao's rainbow pass was completely defeated. This is also the only time Xiao failed to use the rainbow pass. Awesome. When Xiao made the rainbow pass just now, I thought Chen Mo couldn't defend it. Do you know what the Anfield no-fly zone is? Rainbow pass? Chen Mo is not afraid of this kind of lob. He can intercept it at any time. Strong explosive power, top jumping ability, and most importantly, the ability to stay in the air beyond the limit of the body. The existence that can suppress Ronaldo would be afraid of Xiao's rainbow? Still want to be in Chen Mo drew a rainbow on his head? Is he sanctioned now? A headbutt, no matter if it's a rainbow or an arc, it will be smashed to pieces. #cut. The moment Chen Mo finished stealing the ball, the stands of the entire stadium suddenly cheered violently. They didn't expect Chen Mo to steal the ball. It was a huge surprise in desperation. At this moment, they all started shouting Chen Mo's name. But just as they cheered, Chen Mo started his performance. A quick horizontal dribbling opened up his operating space. Xiao chased closely, always sticking to Chen Mo and not giving Chen Mo space to turn around. It was to force Chen Mo to pass back. In this way, teammates who penetrated the front court had a huge chance to steal the ball. But Chen Mo is a person who doesn't play by the rules. He has the template of a green elf, with top ball control ability. He can do everything that Xiao can do. Rainbow pass? I can do it too. And I can do it even better. He slammed Xiao backwards with his body. Xiao grimaced. It felt like he was hit by a tank made of steel plates. He took a step back. This gave Chen Mo room to turn around. Chen Mo lifted the football with his left toe. The football flew into the air. Because the force of lifting the ball was not strong, it didn't fly high. Straight up and down. It started to fall straight down. But at this time, Chen Mo had already completed a 360-degree turn on the spot. Xiao also rushed over immediately. He wanted to block Chen Mo's space to receive the ball and disrupt Chen Mo's receiving the ball. But after Chen Mo turned around, he didn't even step back to receive the ball. Instead, he suddenly raised his left heel, as if he had eyes behind his head. He suddenly hit the bottom of the falling football. While hitting the ball, he leaned forward and picked the football forward. The next second, Chen Mo quickly sprinted sideways, past Xiao, arrived behind Xiao. The football suddenly passed through the air. It was an extremely beautiful arc, just like a rainbow after rain. Elegant and beautiful. It flew over Xiao's head and slowly landed behind him. Rainbow pass. This is a rainbow pass. Just now, after Xiao used a rainbow pass and was blocked by Chen Mo immediately used a more difficult rainbow pass to pass Xiao. It's crazy. He also chose a rainbow pass. This is a strong counterattack against Xiao's rainbow pass just now. He is telling Xiao in this way. There can only be one rainbow here, and that is his, Chen Mo's rainbow. It's so beautiful. Huang Jianxiang shouted excitedly. I like this. A strong counterattack. You wanted to humiliate me with a rainbow dribble just now, so I will use a rainbow dribble to humiliate you right away. In the end, whoever fails will be embarrassed. Chen Mo's dribble was so smooth and agile that I almost thought he was Ronaldinho. The biggest sadness of the five-star Samba. Their football elves retired, but new football elves appeared in the opponent's lineup. On the field, Nei Xiao watched the rainbow passing by above his head. An unspeakable feeling arose in his heart. Negative emotion value from Nei Xiao plus 2,369. The system's prompt sounded. Chen Mo didn't pay any attention to it. After receiving the ball from behind Nei Xiao, he immediately passed the ball to B, not giving Marcelo, who was rushing up, a chance to press. After passing the ball, immediately thought about a quick forward run in the front court. D. The Samba fans booed loudly over the stadium. This boo was for Chen Mo. But it was soon drowned out by the cheers and excited shouts of Fruit Teeth. Because Fruit Teeth's attack began. A series of passes. After receiving the pass, Beseat immediately passed the ball forward and found Ronaldo, who ran to the middle to receive it. Ronaldo quickly kicked the ball back with his heel. The football came to the feet of Beefy, who quickly inserted from the side. Without waiting for the opponent to press, Beefy swept the ball with his left foot at the top of the penalty area and the front point on the right side of the penalty area. It was Chen Mo who sprinted from the backcourt. Chen Mo stopped the ball with his right foot. Then he sent it forward horizontally. System uses the skill card, a cloud-piercing arrow. Before the game, he specially exchanged the skill card, a cloud-piercing arrow, and a tomahawk missile. In front of Coutinho, he used his famous skills to penetrate the goal of his team. It is estimated that a lot of negative emotions will be exploded. 3.9. Use successfully. The moment the system prompts success, Chen Mo swung his left foot and slammed the football down hard. A dull bang sounded. The football flew to the dead corner of the goal. Silky smooth. It also left a deep trajectory in the air, in front of the five-star Samba goal. After Chen Mo suddenly rushed to the front point of the penalty area, goalkeeper Alisson had already determined that Chen Mo would definitely shoot directly. So he was highly focused. He tensed his whole body and made full preparations to be ready. At the moment Chen Mo shot, he also moved quickly and shot at the football. But it was just a little bit short. Chen Mo's angle was too harsh. His fingers touched the ball. But because he couldn't exert enough force, he couldn't stop the ball. Duh. A loud noise rang in Alisson's ears. The ball hit the inside of the post in the dead corner of the goal, and finally bounced into the goal. The referee's whistle came immediately. He raised his hand and pointed to the center circle, indicating that Chen Mo's goal was valid. Chen Mo ran to the corner area in the direction of Liverpool fans, and directly performed a sliding kneel celebration. He stood up suddenly in the corner area, opened his arms, and shoved his chest hard. At this moment, the King of Anfield reigns supreme. Liverpool fans did not hesitate to give their cheers and worship to the point of being conquered. Just as it often happens at Anfield. Everything is so familiar. But for Coutinho, it is extremely dazzling. Use your own unique skills to disrupt the activities of your team. Shoot me with my gun? Negative emotion value from Coutinho plus 3,692, episode 125, penalty crisis moment. Chen Mo's prediction is completely divine. Beautiful. The ball goes in. Chen Mo's shot. A piercing arrow brings thousands of troops to meet. Chen Mo's shot from outside the penalty area successfully penetrated the Samba team's goal. 1-0. In the 18th minute of the game, Fruit Teeth cooperated continuously, passed the ball quickly, and finally Chu Beefy's cross-court pass assisted Chen Mo. Fruit Teeth is leading. Huang Jianxiang excitedly slapped the table and shouted. The goal came too fast. No one expected it. Still stuck in the moment when Chen Mo's back heel rainbow pass just now. The goal came. The five-star Samba's defense line is so weak. Continuous pass. Five-star Samba seemed to have no defense at all. Let Fruit Teeth easily kill through their defense line. At the moment when Chen Mo scored, Fernandinho, the midfielder, had not yet withdrawn from the midfield. From these situations, old coach Santos quickly discovered the problem. The Samba team's defense has a big problem. Casemiro's suspension. Letting Fernandinho play as a single defensive midfielder is obviously not successful. Fernandinho's defensive coverage area is not that large. The most important thing is that he likes to advance when attacking. No Casemiro to drag back. No defensive players to help fill in. Once the ball is suddenly lost, a quick counterattack will be formed. Fernandinho can't retreat at all, and there is obviously a large open space in the midfield and backcourt of the five-star Samba. Santos thinks this is a point that can be made. He shouted to Cedric, who was closest to him. While it was clear over there. Called Cedric to the sidelines. Go tell Mo. Tell him to pay attention to Fernandinho's back, that's a point that can be made. Tell Ronaldo to pay attention to the forward insertion. At the same time. Seeing his own loss of the ball. Tite also discovered the problem of his own midfield. The arrangement of the single defensive midfielder is indeed a big problem. But it is impossible to remedy it now. The team lost the ball. To remedy the situation, they can only withdraw an offensive player, which is definitely not a cost-effective choice for them who should increase their offense at this stage. Fernandinho. Don't go forward. 27. Pay attention to the space behind you. Thiago Silva. Pay attention to fill the space behind Fernandinho. Tite immediately yelled at the field. He is not a mixed coach. Not that kind of low-level guy. Naturally, he can see the problems of his own team. But now, even if there is a change, there is no better choice. Casemiro is suspended. There is no one in the defensive midfielder position. It is better to continue to attack. He bets that the team's offensive firepower is enough to completely suppress Fruit Teeth. Q. Firmino on the bench heard the coach's roar and guessed the coach's idea. There was only a helpless bitter smile. Chen Mo has not returned to the central defensive midfielder position. Judging from the current arrangement of Fruit Teeth, it is also just a defensive midfielder. That is William Carvalho, the sweeping engineer defensive midfielder. Chen Mo, Moutinho, B Silva, 4 people in the midfield in an arched position. All play the number 10 position. Once all enter the defensive state. Especially Chen Mo returned to the defensive midfielder position and started to defend completely. Add an engineer like William Carvalho to sweep, Moutinho to cooperate in defense. Then the fruit tooth midfield will form an almost insurmountable barrier. Especially Chen Mo. Once Chen Mo completely enters the defensive state, then Chen Mo can cover the entire backcourt by himself and form a huge barrier in the backcourt. Firmino has witnessed the horror of Chen Mo with his own eyes. Running all over the field. Not stealing the ball. The main thing is to destroy, fly, defend. The ability of the midfield destroyer is not exaggerated. He can destroy the entire 5-star Samba attack group by himself. From Firmino's point of view, the most important thing to do now is to attack the other side before the fruit teeth start to defend. Chen Mo can't cover it yet. Once Chen Mo returns to the middle, it will be too late. Firmino. Go warm up. Suddenly, Tite turned and said to Firmino. Firmino was stunned? Who is he going to replace? Jesus? Go warm up. You will play as a front midfielder later. Tite gave the answer. The game resumed. Seeing that the attack was not smooth, especially Chen Mo restricted Neymar and Coutinho's side. Tite felt that the offensive firepower was still insufficient. We have to increase the stakes in the middle. So Firmino was chosen. Playing as a central midfielder, he can also form a double Middle East attack. Just when Tite let Firmino warm up, the situation on the field changed rapidly. Neymar failed to break through again. He was intercepted by Chen Mo accurately. After grabbing the ball, Chen Mo immediately passed the ball to B quickly hit the middle. That is, the gap left behind Fernandinho. Ronaldo ran all the way. But Thiago Silva stepped forward to fill the position. Taking advantage of the moment when Ronaldo took the ball and adjusted, he made a fierce fight. Knocked Ronaldo away. Stealed the ball. Then immediately launched an attack, a long pass to another side. William jumped high and got the ball. Stopped the ball on the chest. Then passed the ball quickly. Passed the ball straight into the penalty area. Guerrero didn't have time to form a joint defense with Jose Font. The ball was hit through the side. Jesus seized the opportunity, rushed out quickly and kicked a shot. Jose Font flew to block. But his subconscious action made him forget to tighten his arm. The ball finally hit his arm raised high. The referee blew the whistle immediately and pointed directly to the scoring point. Penalty. Jesus shot and hit Jose Font's arm. It is indeed a penalty. There is no problem. Just now Jose Font subconsciously stepped forward to block, his body was open, and he didn't care about tightening his arms. There is no possibility of excuse. Small mistake. On the field. The fruit tooth player wanted to run up to the referee to argue. But the referee didn't give him a chance. As for Jose Font himself, he didn't argue at all. He knew the ball was indeed it actually hit his arm. I really didn't mean to do it. The referee didn't give him a yellow card for the foul. But there was no way to avoid the penalty. All of a sudden, Jose Font's eyes were red. In the World Cup. The crucial quarterfinals. His team had just been leading for 10 minutes. He actually let the team face a penalty because of him. Everything was because of his mistake. He gave the Samba team a chance to completely change the situation and the outcome of the game. Although the penalty hadn't been taken yet. But he almost regarded himself as a sinner. He felt so guilty. The tears of regret could not be controlled at all. It's inevitable. You did nothing wrong just now. See, Ronaldo ran over and hugged Jose Font to comfort him. You just did what a defender should do. You were blocking just now, not deliberately making a mistake. There's nothing you can do if you can't take care of your body to tighten up. You are a hero who blocks the ball. Chen Mo also came over and patted Jose Font on the shoulder. The penalty hasn't been taken yet. The outcome is still unknown. Patricio also ran up. Hug Jose Font. Although he was about to save the penalty, he was under great pressure. But he ran over to comfort his teammates. No one could blame Jose Font for his performance just now, he did everything he could. It was just bad luck. Hey. You look down on your goalkeeper a little too much. The penalty hasn't been taken yet. He deliberately made a joke. But Chen Mo looked at Neymar, who was already holding the football and walking towards the penalty spot. Suddenly, his eyes lit up. Patricio. He called out to Patricio, who was about to go to the goal line. Mo. Don't worry, I can handle the pressure. Patricio thought Chen Mo was going to cheer him up, so he waved his fist and hit his chest. He is the team's last line of defense as a goalkeeper. No matter what else. But he must defend it. Do you believe me? Chen Mo stared at the other party seriously. Patricio was a little confused by Chen Mo's unreasonable question. Believe it. You are our defensive gate, the world's top wall of size, because you have won several zero-block bonuses. No goalkeeper will not believe you. Chen Mo nodded, okay. Since you believe it, then I will give you instructions. Start saving penalties in a while, pay attention to my gestures. Don't worry about any I shall. Just stare at me. I will point you in the direction, and you save in the direction I point. Patricio frowned, he didn't quite understand that Chen Mo was going to be embarrassed. Don't you believe me? Then believe in my predictive ability. As soon as Chen Mo said this, Patricio stretched out his hand and bumped it with Chen Mo's outstretched fist. The worst that can happen is that I didn't save it. I listened to you. Anyway, with you and Ronaldo, even if we didn't save it, we wouldn't lose. Even if it's the last minute and the game isn't over, I believe you two can turn it around. Patricio was relaxed. After saying these words, even the last bit of pressure was gone. Two reversal kings in the team. Cristiano Ronaldo is needless to say, he is the real king of adversity. If he hadn't kept reversing and tying the score in the European Cup, he would have been eliminated in the group stage. How could he win the championship? As for Chen Mo? If in the Champions League final, the team was ahead first, and then suddenly fell behind by 2 goals, and there were only 10 minutes left in the game, he could score consecutive goals to tie the game, and then kill the last goal. If such a person is not the king of reversal, then others don't deserve this title at all. With these two big daddies. Once the time of adversity comes, the crazy guy will start to wake up. What are you afraid of? Okay. Listen to my command later. Patricio ran back to the sideline. Everyone pushed outside the penalty area. Chen Mo chose a position that Patricio could see most clearly. Cristiano Ronaldo stood beside him. At this moment, his face was solemn. Nashao put the ball on the counting point, and Changshi carefully placed it. Then he stepped back several steps, not looking at Patricio, his eyes fixed on the football. Penalty. That is a double test for the goalkeeper and the penalty taker. Both of them have to bear huge pressure. The goalkeeper is worried that he can't save the ball, but the penalty taker who seems to have an advantage is more worried that he can't kick it in. Especially now that he is behind. Neymar is under greater pressure than anyone else. Patricio stood in front of the goal line with his arms open, his eyes fell on Chen Mo. The two looked at each other and nodded to each other. It was a successful connection. The sky was filled with boos. The fans of Fruit Teeth tried their best to put pressure on Neymar with their boos. The Samba fans were also nervous and very quiet. Their eyes were fixed on the field. At this moment, everyone's heart was almost hanging in their throat. One person even started praying. For example, the old coach Santos, at the edge of the coaching area, stared at the field and kept making a cross on his chest. And Moutinho. He didn't dare to look at the goal with his back turned. He once lost the game because he missed a penalty. The penalty kick has become his psychological shadow since then. He didn't dare to look at it at all. A whistle sounded. The referee blew the whistle. The linesman waved the flag in his hand. Neymar took a few deep breaths and started to run up in small steps. Patricio stared at Chen Mo. Chen Mo kept staring at Neymar's footsteps. 673. Just before Neymar reached the football, he raised his foot. Make a move to push the ball into the near corner. But there is a very obvious pause. Far corner. Chen Mo suddenly raised his left arm and pointed to the far corner on the left. He also deliberately pointed his finger downwards to the bottom corner of the goal. Patricio saw Chen Mo's move. He did not hesitate at all. He did not even look at Nashao. Make a save immediately. The far corner on the left. At the moment of flying out, Nashao also bent his foot on the football. It was the far corner. Bye. The moment Patricio flew and lay on the grass, the football hit his chest hard. Bye. Patricio was ignited by the surprise. He quickly reached out and hugged the football, not giving the ball a chance to bounce out and the player rushing up to shoot. The stands seemed to explode. The Fruit Teeth fans roared excitedly. 2. Good job, Patricio. No goal. Jose Font, who turned his back and didn't dare to look at Moutinho, heard the opponent's excited roar. He turned around and looked. I saw Neymar covering his head with a look of loss. The Samba players also had an excited expression. Come on. I gave you a chance, but you are useless. Patricio, holding the football, was flushed and excited and yelled at Neymar excitedly. To vent the pressure deep in his heart. Other teammates rushed to Patricio to celebrate excitedly. But he pushed everyone away and ran to Chen Mo, who was still standing outside the penalty area. Where is Ronaldo? See, Ronaldo stared at Chen in amazement. Mo's eyes almost popped out, and his mouth opened so wide that he could even swallow a fist. Full of disbelief. Just when Neymar kicked the penalty, he happened to see Chen Mo suddenly raise his arm and point the direction to Patricio. Then the football was kicked into Patricio's arms. All this was like a dream for Ronaldo. The moment Chen Mo raised his hand to direct Patricio, it was as if God had descended on him. Ronaldo closed his mouth and spoke to Chen Mo with some trembling. But at this moment, Patricio rushed over and hugged Chen Mo. Your prediction is amazing. You actually predicted the direction of Neymar's penalty. Patricio shouted excitedly. At the same time, the big screen also played back the scene of the penalty. It happened to be from the camera behind the goal. It happened to capture the moment when Chen Mo suddenly pointed out the direction, and Patricio was in Chen after Mo pointed out the direction. He immediately made the save. The broadcast immediately brought out the screen and took a close-up of Patricio and Chen Mo. The full broadcast showed Chen Mo's divine finger just now. It was like giving guidance like a god. He was completely enshrined as a god.